Loudoun County Schools suspended more than 24 students this week for failing to wear a mask after Virginia's newly elected governor issued an order saying that it was up to parents to decide whether or not to slap a face diaper on their kid. Now the school district is vowing to suspend students as young as kindergarten who show up to school with a bare face, and even slap them with citations for trespassing on school property, which by Virginia law is a Class 1 misdemeanor. Now, to remind anyone who maybe just tuned into the program here, this is the same school district that just got caught covering up a sexual assault at one of their high schools in order to protect their LGBTQ LMNOP policy for trans kids after a girl was raped in a bathroom by a boy wearing a dress. Because, it's all about safety. Or maybe it's all about politics. And the parents? Yeah. We figured it out. Loudoun County Public Schools is not only suspending students who show up to school without a face mask, now they're vowing to issue trespassing citations to kids as young as 5 who enter the building without one. Audio from a recent meeting reveals Janet Davidson, the assistant principal of Creighton's Corner Elementary School, explaining that all Loudoun County Public School students are still required to wear face masks in county facilities despite a recent order from newly inaugurated Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin that allows parents to choose whether to send their kids to school without one.
Until you arrive, your children will be held in an in-school restriction situation here at school. It is important that I point out to you, it's stated in the letter that you'll receive, but it's important that I point out to you that they are not allowed on campus or on Loudoun County Public School property. Starting tomorrow, it will be considered trespassing. So it's important that I make that statement to you. But we'll look forward to hearing from you via phone, so you can let us know when you'll be able to pick them up.
How long can they be suspended for?
The guidelines that we're receiving from the county is student suspensions will end as soon as they are fully following mitigation policies.
Now, students begin kindergarten at around the age of 5, and Davidson here is the principal of an elementary school. The policy is a blanket one for all students, so this would mean that students as young as 5 years old whose parents send them to school without a face mask could be suspended and cited for trespassing on county property that, by the way, their parents paid for. Oh, and fun fact, trespassing on school grounds in Virginia is a Class 1 misdemeanor, punishable by up to 12 months in jail and a fine of up to $2,500. The new policy is an escalation from how the district has been handling maskless kids for the past week or so, when they were removed from class, denied an education, and made to sit alone in another part of the building, like an auditorium. Because, we've all seen how great it is for kids to be kicked out of classrooms for the past 2 years, what with all the failing grades and rising suicide rates and all. Now, lest you be shocked by all of this insanity, remember now, this is the same school district that was recently caught covering up the sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl by a biological boy dressed as a female. In May of last year, the 9th grader was raped in a bathroom of Stonebridge High School by a male student masquerading as a girl. The incident was reported to police and the assault was confirmed. Even still, just a few weeks later, Loudoun County School Superintendent Scott Ziegler knowingly testified at a public school board meeting that the district had no record of female students being assaulted in bathrooms in order to defend the district's new policy allowing transgender students to use whatever bathroom they want. Emails from back in May show that he knew the assault had happened and had even acknowledged it to board members, but then he stood before the public and lied about it. And so did school board members who had been made aware of the assault and said nothing. Then, that same girl was attacked by a female student last September. Her attacker was charged with malicious wounding, and her parents say that they warned the school's administration that their daughter was being bullied and physically threatened 2 weeks before the attack happened. But it wasn't until footage showed her getting shoved to the ground and kicked in the face that anyone bothered to take it seriously. You do realize that you are now holding adolescent children to a higher degree of accountability than you hold yourselves, yeah? You're saying it's their job to protect grown adults when the grown adults willingly neglect your job to protect the kids. You're putting the onus on small children as young as 5 to keep you from getting a virus, and yet you fail to protect students from getting raped in the bathroom or beat up in the hallway because they're kids, right? What can they do? Well, the kids might not be able to do much, but the parents can do a lot. Parents in Virginia just elected a governor who ran on a platform to give back control of their children's education to them and to respect their rights as parents. Parents just elected an attorney general who promised to hold educators accountable when they put students at risk or teach their kids to hate themselves because of the color of their skin. Parents have spoken out at these school board meetings, and they spoke at the ballot box. And parents will continue to speak out until this insanity stops and until every single person who pushes it is held to account. So keep it up, school boards. Keep it up, administrators and teachers' unions and county officials who think you get to decide how other people must live their lives and that we all must bow to your demands. Keep it up. Because parents are watching. Parents vote. And we are not nearly as stupid or as helpless as you think we are. And that's your Reality Check, America. Make sure you subscribe to our Rumble and YouTube pages, like us on Facebook and Twitter, and stay sane out there.